Hi, welcome to this video where I will show you how do you segment your index groups in standard shopping campaigns or performance max. So I will discuss 4 topics. First of all, why segment your index groups? The solutions for segmentation. I've prepared 3 solutions. The third is which campaign type should you choose, either standard shopping or performance max. And 4, how to select an index group in listing or product groups. So why segment your index groups at all? So we created the labelizer, which outputs your products into 5 different index groups. And by having those 5 index groups, you can segment your campaigns based on performance. It gives you control over your costs, of your budget, but also your performance. So you can set a group of high performing products like the over index and index groups, set a higher budget to it, a higher performance target, for example. But then you also have your index products and you want to limit the budget to those products because they have been underperforming and have not proven themselves to be worth it. It also helps giving the algorithm better signals because the products that are in your over index group campaign, for example, those products have better signals. And you can give the algorithm some information about, okay, these products are working and you should target them more, but also they are easier to reach a certain target. So that's why you should segment your index groups. Then I have 3 solutions and it's based on how your account is structured. So solution 1 is the top and bottom index segmentation. And this segmentation is mostly for accounts where the conversion volume is low or you're starting with a new account. So for example, I migrated recently some accounts and they needed to start from scratch. So we started a shopping campaign split by top index and bottom index groups. So those two groups are the top index, which contains the over index, index and near index products, and the bottom index group, which contains the under index and no index. Because the top index are products that are performing well, they've met your ROAS target, they have some conversions. The near index are almost performing well or are performing well, but not have reached the amount of conversions needed to be an index or over index product. This campaign is going to really scale fast. And then the bottom index is for your under index and index group. And this campaign is there for products that have no impressions yet, but you can allocate some budget to it to get the traffic going on and to get some of the products moving from a no index to an index group, for example. And also this works really well when you have low conversion volume, because we recommend to only segment your index groups when you have around 60 conversions per index group. Then we have the second solution, and this is 1 campaign per index group. So this is a more granular structure where it's really beneficial for a large account where you have at least 60 conversions per index group. So what we do, we create an over index campaign, an index campaign, a near index campaign, an under index campaign, and a no index campaign. And that works really well when scaling up. Because each of the campaigns has their different signals. You can also set a higher budget for your no index products because you want traffic going on there and then move those products to other index groups. And it's a nice way to set some different performance targets, but also different budgets. Then we have a third solution, which is the hybrid structure. And this one really depends on your needs and your account, but be creative. So I've given you 2 examples where we have the top and bottom index, but also 1 campaign per index group. You can, for example, create a top index group if you don't have a lot of products that are performing well, but then you can split your under index in your no index group. Maybe because there are a lot of products that are under index and are wasting a lot of your budget. And that can be a way of segmenting, but you can change a lot. So maybe you have a lot of over index products, but the products that are in index and near index do not have so much conversion. So you want to segment your over index to a separate campaign, and then your index and near index, you combine those, and then you can combine the no index and under index campaigns. So there's a lot of structure you can work around, and there's no one size fits all structure. But with those 3 solutions, you can work around and find your own structure. Then, which campaign type should you use and choose for your account? What I would like to say is that there's not a big difference for the labelizer itself. If you choose standard shopping or performance max. Of course, with performance max, you're also going to spend on non-shopping channels. So for example, search, display. And with standard shopping, you're only spending on shopping. So the labelizer only looks at the shopping spend and shopping conversions and doesn't look at all of the other channels that are in performance max. What I like to do with accounts that are scaling, I want to set under index and no index to a standard shopping campaign, for example. And with products that are performing well, over index, index, and maybe also a near index group, I will set them to a performance max campaign so that these products that are performing well can also be reached on other networks like search, display, and all of the other things. So there's no one size fits all for this one, but I will either start with standard shopping and see how Performance Max is doing if I want that campaign type, or only do it for the products that are performing really well, like the over index and index groups. So if you think of an account structure and your strategy is in place, then how do you select an index group in a listing or product group? So there are 2 steps you need to follow. You need to edit the subdivision in your group, and you need to choose which index group you want to include. So I have here a screenshot of how you can edit your subdivision. So in your Google shopping campaign or your Performance Max campaign, you go to Add Group or Asset Group, and there you edit your listing group or your product group, and you see the All Products name, and then you have the Edit button, which you can edit the subdivision. So if you click the Edit button, you go to the subdivided overview, as I would like to call it, and there you can select your custom label 0 or 1 to 4, and then select your index groups. So for example, here I have selected the index and over index groups, and then you click Save, and that will put the index and over index group to active, and then you have made your segmentation. You can do this for all of the different campaigns you want to enable. That was everything for this video. If you have a question, just leave it below in the comments and I will help you further. Thank you very much and see you in the next one.